Hello and welcome back to joinDOTA League season number 7 here on HeflaTV 1. I'm GrandisV. This time around I'm going to have Mikelorus on the mic as well, and we'll have CorruptDropBear on stats. So we have a full cast here, and we're going to bring game number 2 of Zero Latitude versus Team Underminer. As far as game 1 is concerned, Zero Latitude looking pretty solid, very safe draft, all things considered, and Team Underminer, the mid-clinks just didn't work out at all. I'm not sure how much you saw of game number 1, but at least it just felt like Team Underminer never got any momentum.
Well, I didn't see the fact that there was a mid Clinks there, but I did see the fact that Clinks always got his face smashed in those team fights. So I guess I could probably put two and two together and figure out what happened there. So, yeah, Underminer seemed to, I guess, run a little bit more of a risky draft as far as their lanes are concerned. So maybe if they can get back to the safety level of Zero Latitude, who had a Viper, pretty much don't get any safer than that, then they should have a much better chance at taking that game. I don't know how close it was for the entire thing because I was not watching throughout the entirety of it, but I would assume that for the most part it was kind of even-ish.
Yeah, at least in the laning stage. Ember's Spirit got about as much as the Gyrocopter, and really the only big disparity was in that mid lane. It was Viper versus Clinks, and Clinks got ganked multiple times and just had a terrible time of it.
Even if Clinks doesn't get ganked, man, that's not a fun lane for Clinks.
No.
You can trade hits pretty decently, and you both won't draw aggro, so you will end up like just a never-ending shot trades between the two heroes. But Viper with the propensity to get a little bit more regen, and Clinks just being as fragile as he is, will have okay damage trades, but in the long run isn't going to be winning them.
Yeah, can't out-sustain, and really just couldn't get anywhere with those trades, and as soon as Viper gets more levels up, those tend to favor Viper more and more as time goes on. So moving game number 2, a lot of reserve time already being spent by Zero Latitude, more than a minute, and they're going to settle on a Darkseer ban.
We see this hero quite often, usually in the secondary phase, though, so he has to run a little bit of a gauntlet to get picked up, but not this time. She's going to be instantly banned out. Queen of Pain, probably the safest opening here for Team Underminer, but there are still so many powerful heroes in the pool. This is where you're pretty happy if you're Zero Latitude. You get to pick up 2 of these heroes, and someone like a Clockwork, Shaker, Shadow Fiend, Winter Wyvern, pick however many of those you want, and you're good to go.
The two I'm looking for, Lina and Gyrocopter, but they're going to start with Winter Wyvern for Team Underminer's side. I don't like this first pick necessarily when there is like a Gyro and Lina inside the pool, and I think Zero Latitude are just going to pick up both.
Well, there's one. I doubt they're going to pick up any of the heroes that we didn't list, and there's the other. There we go. Again, guys, at this point, man, we know the meta. We got the meta down pat, but for Underminer, they have the defensive support being picked up very highly. Not really the best hero versus Lina Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter, if he gets close to a target who you want to embrace, then Rocket Barrage is going to tear them to shreds. Lina, of course, has her suite of magical damage, can do the same. So this is a really strong opening for Zero Latitude, pretty much no matter what Underminer first picked, but it's even stronger up against the Wyvern here.
Yeah, and it's also very versatile. Lina can be played as a support if you have any sort of setup stun. Shaker Rubik at the top of the list for me, as far as a lane with Gyrocopter as the farming core, or you can throw her mid. It's incredibly strong coming up from Zero Latitude. And Underminer's picks feel just a tad on the safe side. Earthshaker and Winter Wyvern are not bad heroes by any means, but they're not nearly as explosive, and I am a little bit afraid for them. I think that them not picking up one of their cores here is going to make Zero Latitude have more than enough time to ban out any of them that they'd feel would give them difficulty.
Shaker as a general pick for Underminer is, again, a really safe one, but this is Underminer grabbing their 2 supports right off the bat. Presumably, you could always do Earthshaker off lane, but if this is the support duo, they don't really have the capacity to play super aggressively. A hero like Clockwork should be picked up here by Zero Latitude, should just be fine in that offlane. And though you occasionally have to worry about Shaker Fissure, especially if Team Underminer grabbed like a Queen of Pain for their mid lane, things can get a little bit dangerous. It's not really the most terrifying support duo in the game. So Zero Latitude, just with the inherent strength of Lina Gyrocopter, shouldn't really be too scared.
No, absolutely not. And I think if they ban out like Shadow Fiend Queen of Pain, they've already taken out the SF. Team Underminer's mid lane is going to be pretty difficult for them to get a severe advantage over the Lina. They could go for something super safe, like we saw from Zero Latitude in the first game with like a Viper Razor, but I'm not sure if that's enough. Lina still gets a decent amount out of that lane.
I feel like just picking up cores in general for your first phase is the best way to go, unless you have some sort of combo with Shaker. Like if this Winter Wyvern was a Shadow Fiend or a Queen of Pain or a Lina, then I would feel a lot better with Underminer's opening. But Zero Latitude just have heroes that are so hard to replace. Now grabbing a Rubik, this hero just does it all. Up against Shaker, you want to steal that Fissure, and setting up for a Lina, setting up for a Gyrocopter, it's going to be real hard for Underminer to handle these lanes, it looks like. Even though they are looking to go aggressive, to try to crush through Zero Latitude with sheer aggro with the Spirit Breaker pick, it is difficult to Spirit Breaker since, well, you're running into a Telekinesis from Rubik.
Yeah, just any sort of instant disable. The only thing that Rubik lacks is damage, and Gyrocopter and Lina have that in spades, so Zero Latitude, already it feels like they have a very well-rounded start to their draft, and if they pick up, let's see, what's left in the offlane? Ideally, the hero here is Clockwork. He was banned. Tusk, Undying, also taken out of the pool, and Darkseer. So maybe their offlane is going to be a little bit weaker, but I think they make up for that in the fact that Gyrocopter Lina Rubik is so good. Let's see.
Phoenix?
Yeah, Phoenix seems reasonable, but you could probably get away with leaving that till late.
Just get any support hero, or hell, even you could pick up a mid laner. If they were to grab Queen of Pain right now, put Lina and Rubik as a support duo, then those two can get a hell of a lot done, because Queen of Pain and Gyrocopter are so self-sufficient, won't really need the help, and could definitely benefit off of having a little bit of extra help in their lane from some supports. It's instead going to be an Axe for Zero Latitude. Don't really mind this too much. It's not exactly what I was thinking they would angle towards, but you're up against two melee heroes at least already for Underminer, and we already mentioned how Shaker, Winter Wyvern aren't really the best at zoning out these heroes. Axe can just say, okay, you want to fight me? I'll fight you.
Yeah, it, as you said, wasn't the hero that I had in mind for Zero Latitude, but combos really nicely with the Lina and Gyrocopter follow-up. If you can get a good call, Light Strike right into Call Down is a mass amount of AoE damage that they can throw on top of it. And as long as X gets his Blink Dagger, it's still going to be very influential inside these fights. It's a riskier pick coming out from Zero Latitude, but I think the risk might pay off here. For Team Underminer, they're going to pick up a Razor. It kind of feels like Team Underminer are just too safe. Shaker, Winter Wyvern, Razor. Yeah, it feels way too defensive.
And Zero Latitude have enough tools, I would say, to punish this Razor pick, or at least to not make it completely safe. It is going to be a dangerous game coming out from Zero Latitude and Underminer. Don't really see any synergy between their heroes. Like, they have stun into Static Link, which is always going to be okay, but not really anything worth writing about. Storm Spirit to be the ban out, and Underminer, yeah, they do need some way of just being, I think, a little bit too explosive. They don't really have ways of preventing Zero Latitude from executing Zero Latitude strategy, and if you have your enemy just do whatever they want, usually they're going to be happy with it, pretty much no matter what you are doing yourself. So I think Zero Latitude's draft so far is just a lot stronger. Is there any pick that Underminer can get right now that'll really just glue this all together? Because it should be they're looking for their mid laner or safe laner. His Razor is pretty interchangeable.
Yeah, Queen of Pain would be a reasonable choice for Team Underminer. If they get a lot of momentum with Spirit Breaker roams into the mid lane with Queen of Pain, I think that's probably the safest bet. I can't think of any other heroes. Phantom Lancer could be absolutely destroyed by the mass amount of AoE that Zero Latitude have, and even though if they get to a late game stage, could still be very potent. If a Lina and Gyrocopter are farmed, I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. Queen of Pain, in fact, is going to be banned out by them.
It's probably a Bloodseeker for Underminer, just some hero to get into the action, and again, provide more frontline for the Razor. It seems like Razor, you will have quite a lot of backup. As we already said, I mean, it's such a safe draft from Underminer. He has Spirit Breaker, Earthshaker, Winter Wyvern, all to fall back on. You just need a little bit more damage coming out from Underminer, and they'll have a much better shot up against Zero Latitude. You gotta remember that Lina Rubik and Gyrocopter, as destructive as they are, still very, very soft heroes. Axe is, of course, the exception to that, but Zero Latitude have about 10 seconds to make their pick, and this is really going to show where this Lina's going. Okay, Phoenix is the last one. That's interesting.
Very, very interesting. No matter what they do, either Axe or Phoenix is going to be played in a 4 role. It's either going to be a Phoenix as a polling support, which is actually pretty strong, and I hope that's what Zero Latitude are doing, or they can jungle the Axe. The latter is a lot more punishable, so Team Underminer might even decide to go greedy here. There's so many ways that Zero Latitude can shake up these lanes, however. The Lina, Rubik, Axe, Phoenix could all be pretty much interchangeable when it comes to who's going to be supporting or not. Mid laner should be Lina, though, just because of the matchup against Razor.
Yeah, that's probably the safest way for Zero Latitude to execute that. And the Phoenix in the offlane, if that is going to be the lane, only has a fissure to worry about from Shaker, and though that is kind of annoying, it's not really enough to make Phoenix have an absolutely terrible time. So seems like a reasonable game. We already pretty much went over why Phoenix would have been a decent pick here up against Underminer. Underminer have a lot more time. I don't know if this Phoenix is going to change anything. They do need a couple more heroes that actually are willing to right-click that egg. Shaker, Winter Wyvern definitely don't want to be doing that, and Hellraiser also doesn't really want to be doing that. If you steal a lot of damage, if you're up to like plus 100 from your static link, you don't want to be wasting that on the egg. You want to be actually using that to kill off heroes that, your damage will actually be useful against.
Yeah, for sure. And the rest of Team Underminer's heroes are terrible against killing off the Supernova. Earthshaker, Spiritbreaker are never going to be comfortable getting that close, especially when you have so much interference with like an Axe Call, a Sniper pick for Team Underminer. Wait, very good against the Supernova by himself, but Zero Latitude have a potential Lina, like Shadowblade Yules, and a Blink Axe to get on top of him. I think this is kind of what the pick that, or kind of the pick that Underminer needed. However, it's risky, but if it works out, can do quite a lot.
If the sniper is able to keep into the backlines, he'll be fine. And really, it's up to the Axe to try to mitigate that. The Rubik to a lesser extent, but more likely than not, it's going to be Axe to draw the first Blink Dagger over anyone else from the Zero Latitude side. This is a hero that is okay with just sitting back and just firing off on that egg, and he'll be able to actually pick away at the Gyrocopter quite a while. So it's a hero that has fallen off a lot since his heyday in the last patch, but I think in this game he's perfectly reasonable. Maybe perhaps even a little bit better than the Bloodseeker, since Zero Latitude are working with the Gyrocopter and Alina.
Introduce our teams. Underminer on the Radiant side. FZFZ is going to be playing on the Winter Wyvern, supporting what looks like a safe lane farming Razor by Cloud. Sniper's going to be going mid, handled by JNY. Earthshaker is going to be played by Boys, and Spiritbreaker, last but not least, Pacology is going to be taking him off lane.
And on the Axe, on Zero Latitude, it's going to be played by Avil. Ben Klung is on the Phoenix, currently dual lane. I don't know if that's going to stick like that. NFTS is on the Lina with Ralph on the Rubik. That leaves, of course, Hiva on the Gyrocopter up towards top. Is there any upside at all to actually laning this as a dual lane? Because they have an Observer Ward on the Phoenix, which would indicate he's going towards off lane. And he has itemized for off lane, kind of same as Axe. So they're kind of going for the same build, which is kind of weird to see.
I don't really think there is. Honestly, I think the Axe just starting out in the jungle is probably the better way for Zero Latitude to going about this. It's an annoying lane to go up against, but I think Razor is more than sufficient enough to deal with it.
You have the non-bow of minus attack speed with Berserker's Call. So bad. You're destroying the lane. But for right now, Lina is going to get a little bit of help from the Rubik. I expect Ralph to remain kind of mobile, playing pretty much the Earthshaker role for Zero Latitude. If he goes towards the Lina's lane or towards the Gyrocopter's lane, pretty much no matter what happens, he could put a lot of damage onto those heroes just by lifting them up. And Ralph already, you can see, is going to try to go for the sniper. Okay, never mind. That telekinesis just didn't do anything.
Yeah, just chunks him away. No sniper, no. Pat on the wrist there, but yeah, for the most part, Lina should be doing very well in this lane, especially at the start. Both of these heroes don't have the greatest damage, but Lina's nuking power is so much better than any points that you put into Shrapnel. We'll be able to sufficiently get CS and zone out the sniper too. Axe is taking a lot of damage down the bottom lane, and I think just throwing him into the woods is to the benefit for Zero Latitude. Let Phoenix get as much experience as possible in this very annoying bottom lane.
Bottom lane, Spiritbreaker got lifted up, but again, no follow-up there because he's sitting in his entire creep wave. So the Spiritbreaker should be kind of just fine. Zero Latitude have to catch the Spiritbreaker when he's without his creep if they actually want to get the kill, or they could go for the Phoenix instead. They have a fissure. They need to wait for the dive though to actually get the kill, and they do it perfectly. Static Link still working away. Not a ton of damage stolen. Plasma Field will get the kill though, and that's first blood for Cloud. Very, very well played by the Shaker. Super patient.
Bolta Phoenix and the Axe still only level 1. Compare that to the Spiritbreaker, who's been getting almost unimpeded experience. This offlane for Zero Latitude's a pretty big failure.
Got bashed. Is Ecology gonna go for a charge here? Feeling lucky, Punk? No, okay.
He's just gonna back off. Looks like he wants to secure the 2-minute rune for his mid.
Well, that's fine as well. Like, he's maybe even going to run into this Lina right now, and level 2 Spiritbreaker versus, or level 3 Spiritbreaker versus level 3 Lina is actually a pretty even fight, but no, I just wanted to get the runes, as I said before, but the bottom lane is going to be, in fact, the Phoenix and Axe. These heroes seem like they don't have any intention of moving out. Axe versus Razor is a really bad lane for Axe, just 1 versus 1, so I guess he would like the help, but Phoenix can't help him. Like, what is Phoenix going to do here?
stand there and soak experience. I really think Zero Latitude should look to shake things up, but that's going to be a kill onto the Lina. Just running her down with the fissure. They'll tank a couple tower shots, excuse me. But Sniper's going to get that blood, and that's going to help out Underminers a lot. This laning stage already is looking pretty good for Underminers.
Yeah, the Sniper is going to go for the long-range build, so take aim is going to be picked up, and probably just 1 point in shrapnel. You don't really need a ton if you're just looking to farm up the lane if you are this Sniper. So yeah, he's fine. And Cloud, he got left alone on this bottom lane without any supports, and he got shoved to his tower, but we can see how much that's actually mattering. Pretty much, it's not mattering at all. So this bottom lane getting absolutely nothing done for Zero Latitude, whereas the Spirit Breaker, he's not getting a ton of farm, but level 3, he's messing with the pulls from Ralph, so he's messing with the Rubik's experience gain as well. And of course, the Spirit Breaker, he just needs a couple points in charge, needs to get a little bit lucky perhaps on Greater Bash, and he'll have such a huge contribution, a lot more so than an underleveled Phoenix and an underleveled Axe. He's finally going to the jungle now, and I think it's a little bit too late, or it's a little bit late for the Axe to do this, but it's better than just sitting down here doing nothing.
Better late than never. I really like the first 3 picks coming up from Zero Latitude, but the last 2 kind of leave quite a lot to be desired. The Gyrocopter is still getting a lot of farm up in top, and even after dying, Lina still has a good matchup in mid. Once she gets level 6, can pressure by herself, and with any rotation, can get kills. But as long as Underminer aren't actively losing right now, I think they have a decent advantage across this game as a whole. Spirit Breaker now is starting to get zoned. The threat of the Rocket Barrage as it gets leveled up is starting to take its toll, and Phase Boots on the Gyrocopter do mean that Spirit Breaker needs to be careful, but that doesn't stop him from killing off the likes of Lina if she gets too over-aggressive in lane.
Well, 2-0 and Underminer are sitting pretty right now. Oh god, poor Sniper. Well, at least Sniper's capable, in capable hands, or at least as capable hands as you could expect. Ben Clunk down towards bottom lane found himself a hidey hole to get a little bit of experience, but it's the mid lane Lina who's in the most trouble. Never mind, FZ is just going to fly right by. I don't think he was even spotted. He just wants to make sure that this Axe's life is difficult. And Winter Wyvern, usually not the best poking hero, but Arctic Burn versus Axe is actually super annoying because it does do a lot of damage given Axe's health pool, and he also has a charge coming in. Veil's in a little bit of trouble. Picology gets lifted up out of it, however. He used the call, and now FC's just going to bail out. He'll be fine. And it looks like they're just looking to, make this Axe think twice about going into a super high stacked camp.
Yeah. Everybody's going to be just fine. They'll all run off, but now charge into mid lane. NFTS needs to be careful. But this Spirit Breaker charge is going to be spotted out by a ward. If he kept on going for it, it either gets cancelled or he's diving out of tier 1 against a Lina. Neither situation is very good.
And Underminer, again, can't afford to use their supports in this way. Just throw a couple heroes every which way because this bottom lane is going so well for the Razor. Top lane is going very well for the Gyrocopter, and the phase boot pickup is substantial. Last time we saw the Spirit Breaker sitting in his creep wave, and he was fine to do so, simply because he won't take that much chip damage from a Gyrocopter, since not a ton of damage coming out from that hero beforehand, but now the Gyrocopter can force the Spirit Breaker out of the creep wave, therefore Rocket Barrage will do a lot of damage, and also you have Call Down, so Picology is no longer going to be able to sit safely in this top lane. If he gets lifted up like right now, for instance, that would have been bad.
Yeah, a close call for the Spirit Breaker, although it might not have looked like it. Rubik was just on the edge of that telekinesis range, and if they get him, that's pretty much a dead Spirit Breaker. But after the absence of the Axe in this bottom lane, Ben Klunk's gotten a lot of experience. Now with the maxed out Fire Spirits, he can trade hits with the Razor whenever this buff is applied to him, as the Razor is not going to be hitting very fast at all. In fact, I'm very surprised that Razor goes for Phase Boots instead of Treads.
Well, sometimes you just gotta try to poke the Phoenix out of the lane in between the Fire Spirit cast. That's where Phase Boots is really going to be at its best, since you could keep up with the Phoenix for the most part and force him to use an Icarus dive a lot sooner than he ordinarily would, and there is some value to that. We do have Lina stalking the mid lane with an Invis rune. There's a Radiant Sentry though, and I'm not sure if Lina knows that she's spotted. She might.
Sniper is also a hero with higher night vision. There aren't very many of those left inside the game, but they're going to open up an NFTS, one-shot, two-shot. Lina's in a little bit of trouble. The Invis doesn't have that much duration, but she'll be able to get out of Sentry Vision, so Lina will be fine, although that's a lot of wasted time by the Lina. All the information that she gets from that is that there are no stacks on the UDM side.
And there's a sentry somewhere in the mid lane for the Underminer side. Not really anything that she could act upon. We do have a charge going towards Ralph from the north. You don't expect this as a Rubik. Shrapnel layer 1 is down. Ralph's going to get the lift up, and they stun up Picology. Laguna Blade's available. If they get the call, they'll be able to take the Spirit Breaker down. He's going to get Battle Hungered instead. The Rubik does fall in the end. Picology's still looping around into a Dragon Slave. That'll kill him off. Or the Axe will kill him off, rather. But it's a 1-for-1 trade. Underminer bring their entire team here. I don't think there's going to be any more action, though.
Yeah, a pretty awkward rotation, especially from the Razor. This is going to give Phoenix a lot of space in bottom, already up to level 6. Now, with the Supernova online, it's going to feel a lot more comfortable. Tranquil Boots finished, and Ben Klung is a happy Phoenix right now, and Gyrocopter also gets some free time. I think because of the vast amount of rotations coming up from Underminers, that trade slightly favors Zero Latitude, especially since they get the offlaner for a support.
Yeah, like inherently, just you usually just count those who wins by who dies and who gets kills, but Underminer now have no one farming in this bottom lane. Cloud is awkwardly in the North River, where Razor just isn't really able to do too much. If they had a curse from the Winter Wyvern, maybe they'll be able to get some action on this Gyrocopter, but yeah, I don't really know what's going to be going on with this bottom lane. Seems like they're just going to make a complete lane swap. Spirit Breaker now versus a level 6 Phoenix is not a good lane for the Spirit Breaker.
I don't see the big benefit. Spirit Breaker is going to get some experience down this bottom lane, but Razor's not going to be farming comfortably up in top. He's a potent hero if it's just the Gyrocopter and the Razor, maybe. That can work out in Razor's favor, but even then, Gyrocopter's massive amount of magical damage, even if he gets all of his DPS drained out of him, is still going to be enough to threaten Cloud and maybe even get the solo kill, so I think this is a risky move coming in from Underminers. The big benefit they'll get from it is that Spirit Breaker eventually will get his Nether Strike online, and if those first couple Nether Strike ganks work out, that's where this rotation pays off.
Nether Strike is such a big level for Spirit Breaker. You get that one, at the very least, guaranteed greater bash, and he is prioritizing that over charge, so yeah, looking to be a little bit more explosive once he grabs a couple more levels, and who knows, maybe you get lucky in those 17% rolls. We all know how obnoxious that can potentially be, but while this is happening, we got the Sniper who's still farming up, has gone for Mask of Madness, pretty much the trademarked old Sniper build, and it's a risky build, of course, up against a hero like Lina, up against a hero like Axe, who can eventually blink right on top of you, but if he can somehow keep his distance, hide behind the Shaker, hide behind the Razor and the Spirit Breaker, then this build for the Sniper has so much upside. It looks like we might see a little bit of action towards mid, because here comes a charge from the bottom lane. However, Ralph's going to get assassinated and pretty much already dropped before anything else. That's just with the long-range poke from Underminer.
They'll bring in Ben Klung. The Spirit Breaker is coming in from the south, but Ben Klung wants to find a good Supernova angle. He's going to get the Fire Spirits, a lot of damage from the boys. They'll throw out the Arctic Blast in mid. Avil's going to take a lot of shots, and a lot of spam coming up from the Sniper means this is a dead Axe. They will lose the Earthshaker. Nether Strike over, and Lina's going to die to the Razor, and that's a really big turn of events for Underminer.
Yeah, the Sniper under absolutely no pressure, and we saw in the last patch a ton. If you're unable to get on top of the Sniper, you will be punished. Pretty much no questions asked, like, not a huge amount, since he is still, only a 10-minute Sniper, but, man, he was under no pressure whatsoever, and that's where Mask of Madness becomes an insanely cost-effective item this early on. The Axe was stuck in Shrapnel. He actually could not do anything, and if he's looking to join these fights, he needs like a Haste Rune, an Invis Rune, or a Blink Dagger. And, well, the first two are far from dependable. The last one is pretty far away still.
Yeah, the Axe's farm has been severely limited by the fact that people have been invading his jungle, and he's tried to be active, but not to much success, and his stacks haven't been 100% there. Phoenix should make this a double stack inside the large camp, and that's going to help a bit, but what doesn't help is that Phoenix is disconnected, and it looks like he's going to miss the stack because of it.
That sucks, man. It's just, sometimes shit happens, but Phoenix was the one to get the kill there on the Shaker, and that's nice and everything, but Phoenix isn't really going to be able to redeem the fact that the rest of the team just got completely smashed over in the mid lane, and Shaker dying, not really a terribly huge deal for boys. He's already 0, 1, and 4. That was his first death, and he's been pretty much on point with his fissures, at least, casting them when he needs to. And we can already see the sniping power here from Underminer. It's not too out of the question to see Earthshaker get back in and inflate the score just a little bit, because they can insta-give people from such long range.
Yeah, it's very scary. The Sniper is going to opt for the max shrapnel build. It really paid off in that last fight since they got so many good shrapnels down, but at least for the next couple minutes of this game, he's not going to have all three available, and that will weaken his effectiveness. Lina's down in bottom lane. We'll get some farm working towards that Yule's, just the recipe out. 6-2 is our kill score, and things are looking pretty good for both sides, really. It's very even. Slight advantage for Underminer, and net worth and experience is going the way of Zero Latitude. Pretty much neck and neck.
Do you think Spirit Breaker and Shaker can force the Supernova out? I think it's like possible, but I don't even know if they want to go for that.
Depends on how many bashes Peakology gets, and at that point, maybe you just hope to bash him before he's able to get it.
Right, so we haven't seen a ton of action from the Spirit Breaker yet. at least not many chances to show his value with the Greater Bash. So we don't know how good of a Spirit Breaker player he actually is yet, and I'm sure that'll come soon. But yeah, right now he's level 7, and that's pretty much where a Spirit Breaker wants to be. Obviously, more points in charge gets you into the fights a little bit faster, and that's something that he has been struggling with. But maxed out Greater Bash means that the Nether Strike hurts like hell.
Down towards bottom lane. Gyrocopter smokes down here, but won't be able to find anything. They want to move the Lina back towards mid. So another lane swap of sorts. Gyrocopter will get some farm under the tower, and now Phoenix and Axe are up in the top lane. Musical lanes from the team of Zero Latitude.
They have an angle on Picology. He's pincered between two heroes. Not a ton of disable here, but they use the call, and Avil is going to lose a little bit of experience. Picology gets a little bit too close, gets spun once, will immediately charge out, but he's going to be charging into a Rubik. I don't think Ralph can actually kill him off, especially if he doesn't see him. That'll make the kill a little bit harder. Picology going to try to juke, straight TP out. Okay, he's going to be fine. While all this is happening, he was tasked with defending bottom lane solo up against a Razor who's very persistently pushing this lane. His tower should drop very soon.
While it's happening though, Gyrocopter is getting all the farm down here, finishes up his drums, and now has some TP support coming out from the Rubik. Call down still on CD as he just used that to clear the creep wave. And they probably won't be able to get any kills by themselves, but I think they secure the tower deny here.
Maybe. They have a mech now on the Razor, and I'm pretty sure Underminer will be okay just to dive this one. They start with a damage drain, although it doesn't get a single tick out of that gyro. Damage from Ralph, not high enough to get the deny. Razor claims it.
Eul Scepter is done on the Lina, so Zero Latitude are still getting the tools that will allow them to fight, and very soon as well. The Sniper is sitting on a good amount of net worth. In fact, it's the top in this game, but his items aren't necessarily as big a leap of power as a Eul's is for the Lina. Mask of Madness Sanj is nice, but you have a Blink, Eul's, and a Drums up, so I think Zero Latitude, this is the time for them to smoke, or if not smoke, just look to force a fight.
And Underminer have been so comfortable in this bottom lane, like only having to worry about 1 or 2 heroes. They cancel the TP up towards top lane. That was pretty smooth. Now, Spirit Breaker gets to put more pressure there, but they've been sitting on this bottom lane for so long without worrying about anyone. Maybe the Axe's Blink Dagger is going to be spotted by this Radiant Observer Ward. That's the best case scenario for Underminer, but they know that Zero Latitude are bringing in the heat. They're also going to get into a fight, however, up in the north rune area. Picology is ready to discharge. Nether Strike only needs Vision, and NFTS is getting chipped down pretty hard by the Sniper. All 3 counter charges now down to 2. Vision going to connect, and the Nether Strike to get the kill.
They'll lose the Razor down towards bottom, however, with the rotation in from the Axe. So across the board, it's a pretty even rotation. I have a huge lag spike thing. I'm looking at a pause screen.
It's okay, not much happened. I'm sure it'll be fine. Just believe it'll be fine and it will all get better. Trading the Lina away from the Razor, it's a costly one. As Underminer, they do show off the Blink Dagger on Axe. They will have an angle, however, onto Benklung over in the mid lane. Still, Winter Wyvern, though, is not level 6
This
yet.
is Radio
I feel like
Dota.
he should have it by now.
So I'm just going to leave you to that. I think I have to restart Dota or something. It's completely froze.
All right, so you do that, and I will radio it out because we have a charge coming towards mid lane. Benklung is there with the Axe, with the Lina, and the charge will be canceled. Bottom lane is still being pushed here from Zero Latitude. Hiva looking for the tower destruction will grab it. Picology does teleport in, and Hiva saw him. Picology now hiding in the trees, but again, Battery Assault versus Spirit Breaker pretty good. He's going to charge out towards mid lane where the fight is going to break out. Benklung going to Supernova, but there's no one to actually keep the Underminer side there. They'll cleanly disengage from that Supernova, and Ralph is getting chipped down just by creeps and the Sniper. He'll run to the Spirit Breaker and get bashed down. Gyrocopter is going to call down onto FZFZ. Not much follow-up there, and he's going to get the curse onto Hiva with the damage rate now starting out from Cloud. They're going to chase forward the assassination there on the Gyrocopter as well. Cloud not going to be able to get the kill on the Gyrocopter, gets called out of it. Laguna Blade is there as well, but the mech, he's still very, very healthy, and they actually do catch Avil with the Sniper's damage. He dunks the Razor, but will give his own life in trade. Now onto NFTS, they're going to try to go. She has Eul Scepter, so she won't die just yet. No, she doesn't even use it. Never mind, she botches that one, giving the Sniper a double and the tower to fall in favor of Underminer. Zero Latitude still have a couple heroes in the area, but man, the mechanism on Razor working overtime for Underminer, even though it doesn't save him, keeps everyone else on Underminer in fit fighting shape.
I have no idea what's going on. My Steam's not responding, my Dota's not responding, and everything is broken.
Well, that's always how it goes, right? Sometimes just everything breaks at the same time. So, I don't know. Let me know if you want to do anything about that on my end. I don't know if that'll actually be better or not.
I think if you're available,
It'll be a 2-minute delay. That's where like
Well, this is very awkward. I don't know what's going on. Everything has died, and hopefully Mike is getting a stream online. Hope to see you soon. I don't know what happened. Alrighty.
Recording this. We're gonna start recording. It's still down. Yeah, we're working with a 2-minute delay on stream, so yeah. Who knows? They're gonna go for the tower push now over in the mid lane with Sniper sitting in the back, going for a decently aggressive build. When he doesn't have Mask of Madness up, he's not really doing too much damage. Ultimate Orb is up on the hero, however, so it looks like he's gonna go Sanjiasha Scotty. It's a very old sniper build, or as old as sniper builds can be, I guess, and he is going to be very difficult to bring down, but also requires Zero Latitude's attention. What we haven't seen in this game for Zero Latitude was Lina really doing much of anything. She's grabbed her Eul Scepter quite a long time ago, and as nice as that is, she hasn't really used it to save herself, hasn't used it to set up any kills. In fact, 165, a very underwhelming score coming out from this hero. They're going to smoke up now and look towards bottom lane where Boys is trying to get a little bit of farm for his Blink Dagger, and he's going to be pretty upset to see this one incoming. If he's actually going to get hit by it, he's not. Zero Latitude instead want to go for the Roshan. An objective is an objective, whether it's a kill or if it's Roshan, it's all good for them, but I don't know if they have enough damage to actually conveniently take out this Roshan. Bankle actually does have a medallion, so it's going to help them out a little bit, but Underminer, they have no one moving in here at all. So, free Roshan, easy game, easy life. Hopefully someone will be able to see this stream soon. Oh dear. Yeah, I might just be talking to myself. Wouldn't be the first time, guys. Definitely wouldn't be the first time. But Gyrocopter grabs a double life, and for Zero Latitude, that's actually pretty huge. Not to have the second life on the Gyrocopter, which I'm not even convinced is going to be doing that much, but just the fact that they get some sort of infusion of golden experience is something that they desperately, desperately need. And at this point, beggars can't afford to be choosers. They're going to get spotted out by this Observer Ward just placed down by the Wyvern. And Zero Latitude, we'll see a whole bunch of sniper illusions. That's about it. Man, why is the stream not going online? Do I have to try it again? Do I have to turn it off and on again? It's the best IT advice anyone can give anyone else. If it's not working, turn it off and turn it back on again. That'll solve 99% of the problems. I'm going to try to do that. Maybe? No, we're going to stick to our guns. We're going to believe that it's eventually going to work. Because I believe in Twitch. I don't know about you guys. Still trying to fix things in the background. This is fun. Soon, maybe. Yeah, so 24 minutes in, 20 to 13, Earthshaker did not get dropped, so still is pretty close to his Blink Dagger. It's still a later one. It's not exactly the time that you want, but hey, it's better late than never, and Zero Latitude now are going to just all in 5-man, it looks like. They kind of have to at this point, especially after that squabble in the top lane. They can't afford to play it in the small-scale engagements. They'll see FZ, but he's a Winter Wyvern. He's a dragon. Of course, all dragons can fly. Everybody knows this. They won't be able to get him. This is Zero Latitude forced into a 5-man state, whereas for Underminer, if they could avoid this one, if they could just keep dodging, then, well, they'll be able to eventually eke out a golden experience lead because of it. Like, for instance, Picology's farming in his own jungle. Sniper's farming in the mid lane. A couple of other heroes, Underminer, not really doing too much, but Zero Latitude, they're all grouped up, and they are only actively in one lane at a time. Why is this not working? Oh, good, a pause. Thank God, Phoenix. Thank God for you. Onwards as if it is going to be it. We have a go, and well, Underminer are going to continue onwards with this farm. Sniper needs a damage item after this Eul Scepter. That's really going to be the limiting factor for Underminer. Before then, they are going to be a little bit more cautious at going for high ground tier 2 push, especially with the Gyrocopter having that double life. But yeah, it seems like the Sniper is farming at a fast enough clip that he'll have his Eye of Scotty, and MKB probably in by 35-ish minutes. Seems like the sniper should be getting enough gold for that. Then when that happens, the Razor ideally for Underminer should have his BKB completed and also be working towards his Aghanim Scepter. All the item timings for Underminer looks like they might actually line up, whereas for Zero Latitude, they're still not really in a position to be super offensive. Their Aegis is going to be reclaimed super shortly. Their Axe is a Blink Dagger Force Staff going towards Blade Mail. The Lina still has the Yule Scepter, which he's been sitting on for a hell of a long time, but it's not really anything enough for Zero Latitude to go offensive, at least not in a convincing manner. They need some sort of pick off beforehand, but they're just not finding anything. Underminer are playing very, very safe right now, and they're getting a lot of farm. We do have to mention that Peakology has a Spirit Breaker with a Hand of Midas, and this is a really good item on this hero. Not only loves the golden experience, but more so than other heroes, the attack speed of the Hand of Midas is going to be relevant. We have a big smoke up, and they're looking for Cloud. Blink forward, call. With one Satyr there, they're going to start the call down. Cloud going to get fissured, but it's not going to save him. We do have a charge going towards Hiva. Sniper is coming in as well. They get the curse onto Hiva, doing a lot of damage to the Gyrocopter, but now the curse is over, and they still have the Aegis for a little while longer. Charge is going to disengage, and Zero Latitude should all fall back from here. A good pick off on this Razor. Is it enough, though? They're going to lose the Rubik. Got a little bit too close to the Sniper. And also the Spirit Breaker can come in at a moment's notice as level 4 charge at this point. So it's an even 1-for-1 trade. Numerically, of course, it's perfectly even, but Zero Latitude kill off a Razor. That's big. That's a big deal. Much bigger deal than losing a Rubik. And I don't really know if it's going to be enough for them to actually make a push off of, however. Zero Latitude, they still don't really have enough damage on this Gyrocopter. He's in a very similar situation with this Sniper, except for the fact that Sniper just has more damage in general, especially focus damage versus these single targets. And Gyrocopter, I don't really know if he's going to be able to kill off these kind of tanky heroes on Underminer. Like, Shaker now has Blink Dagger. Spirit Breaker is no joke as far as his durability is concerned, and Sniper may get clipped by a couple of flat cannon shots, but I don't think that's going to be enough to kill him off. What they need to do is catch him off, like for instance right now, where he's all alone. They do see the Shaker now. Avil looking for initiation on someone is going to see FZ. Force Staff, call, misses completely. Again, dragons can fly, and they don't respect it. Charge coming in onto this Lina. She'll lift him up, and now Spirit Breaker is going to land to a Solar Beam. Puts up his BKB, but he's all alone for the most part. They take down the Axe in the meantime as Spirit Breaker is going to try to take down the Lina. Gets a 17% roll to succeed. However, now he's got to run. Laguna Blade is going to be deployed, but Lina will die in the end. Peakology going to try to charge out towards the mid lane. Gets trapped in the trees. That's actually really good for him because he's going to straight TP out. Banklung dropping pretty low. Will go into the Supernova form, and no one's actually there to attack him as Janwa is going to chase down by Hiva. He'll die as well. Sniper down and Cloud. He's going to get stunned up by the Supernova. With Ralph in the area, he's going to steal Plasma Field. That might be enough nuke damage to kill off this Razor, who's regenerating a little bit, but no, with the Solar Beam, he'll die as well. And Underminer are unable to scrape together a fight. Sniper versus Gyrocopter. In a late game scenario, usually they're pretty even, but Gyrocopter at this stage, with the Rocket Barrage damage potential versus the one solo isolated Sniper, that's all that you can actually do but run. And he's not tanky enough to withstand a Rocket Barrage just yet, nor is he fast enough to conveniently escape this Gyrocopter. Yeah, he does have Mask of Madness phase boots, but Gyrocopter has Sanjin Yasha and Drum of Endurance. In total, should be pretty even. I don't know the exact math of the movement speeds, but Gyrocopter just has to stay in range of the Sniper for just a little bit in order to actually get that damage off, and Sniper dying so early in that fight, stark contrast compared to what happened in the previous fights. Also, the fight was super spread out. Zero Latitude actually got a chance for their Lina to cast some skills, which again was not the name of the game beforehand, where she just got completely blown up first thing. There was also minimal Earthshaker interference in that fight, so Zero Latitude getting a pretty good break, and this is going to give them quite a few items, namely the BKB up on the Gyrocopter. Not going to save him versus the Winter's Curse, nor is it going to save him from the damage drain of the Razor, the Bash from the Spirit Breaker, or just the sheer damage output from the Sniper, but still, it's something, and at this point, you need anything you can get on this Gyrocopter at this stage of the game. 23-17, Zero Latitude, bring it back just a little bit, and hey, look at that, the stream is up. We did it, guys, we frickin' did it. I don't know, what is this, 27, okay, well, 2 minutes from right now, you get to see the fight. That's about all you can see. My bad, guys, but welcome back to the game. You missed quite a bit, but hey, at least you won't miss all of it. Yeah, we'll be able to shut this one down. It's a good thing, well, never mind. We'll just continue onwards. I have Scotty completed now on the Sniper, going for a full-on stat build. And this guy is pretty difficult to bring down unless Gyrocopter is actually able to close in with that Rocket Barrage. Underminer, they're grouping up as if they want to go for some sort of aggressive play up on the top lane, laying the Razor out as bait. He still does not have his BKB, and that's really troublesome for the Underminer side. Cloud is playing a hero that really does need to get ahead and then stay ahead as the Razor. If he falls behind, he suddenly becomes not the best hero. Still has the damage drain, but he might just get nuked down before he can actually get that done. Hiva, he's going to throw the missiles over towards mid. Cloud's going to disengage from that. Call's going to jump forward and miss. So Cloud should be able to back off. Curse is there onto Hiva's damage range is there from Cloud. They're going to try to bring down the gyrocopter, but it looks like he's fast enough to slip away, at least from this Razor. In the meantime, Supernova is there, not going to stun up much of anything, but Cloud in the end has still 196 damage. He's going to go straight towards this axe. He tries to call and TP out. Looks like that'll succeed. They take down the Rubik in the sidelines as well as the Lina, which is a minor gain, I suppose, for Underminer, but they don't lose anything in exchange, so all things considered, going pretty well for Underminer at that time. Kind of a weird Supernova in the middle of everything. It was kind of awkward initiation onto Cloud as well. It's not really a hero you want to be initiating on this Razor. Is still really, really hard to bring down given his mech, given his rushed BKB afterwards. It's now finally up flying on the Courier, but Zero Latitude, they lose 2 heroes, but perhaps more importantly, they lose the Supernova. It is down for quite a long time, and a minute is going to give Underminer more than enough time to go for this tower, and they also have a charge going towards Avil. This is a hero with a Blink Dagger and a Force Staff, but he's going to get his Blink Dagger canceled. Now Charge is going to connect as well. They have another strike. No, not enough yet, but they will have enough stun damage to kill off the Axe, rolling a couple lucky 17% there. Doesn't exactly hurt from Peakology. And that's going to be even more blood for the Underminer side, thereby extending their effectiveness in their ability to push. But it seems like instead the game wants them to go for Roshan. He's up in just 40 seconds. It will be about pretty much the same time where his axe is up, so maybe Underminer not going to have the best timing. But yeah, the Sniper is going for a 100% win rate build. Literally can't lose, guys, because that's how stats work. Axe is going to be respawning at about the same time as Roshan, so it seems like we're going to be on even footing. The Supernova will be up. In fact, everything, minus the Echo Slam, will be up at that time. But Underminer, they're slowly but surely, pulling back ahead in this game. It's still a very, very balanced game, all things considered. Zero Latitude just have to make sure to find their team fight. They have to have their Axe actually initiate on a target, and ideally it's going to be 2 targets, but if you could settle for just the Sniper, you're going to be happy at that. They have enough burst damage, they have enough random AoE to actually get these kills, but the AoE is just really difficult to land, especially now that more BKBs are coming up and more tankiness is coming up on the Underminer side. It seems like Winter Wyvern also wants to go for his Blink Dagger, her Blink Dagger, its Blink Dagger, who knows. She's very close to that one, so being able to Blink Curse, lock down the Gyrocopter for a little more, and get Cloud that damage swing. Even if it does not kill off the Gyrocopter, that's not really a terribly huge deal, because the Razor is going to be able to just dish damage to everyone else in the meantime. And, okay, let's see if we can get another co-caster back into it. Whoa, where'd the screen go? And, yeah, we'll try to do that, but otherwise, it's fine if it's just by myself. Earthtaker now does have another Echo Slam, and they have a pretty juicy target in NFTS. Blink Echo Slam, no creeps here, but not really a problem with the Nether Strike. They'll annihilate the Lina. In the meantime, well, no response from Zero Latitude, and Roshan is up. She does have a buyback, and that is worth noting, but it should be Underminer just rushing straight into the Roche Pit, trying to clean that one up. There's a Phoenix, there's an Axe on the other end, and there's a Call Down. Dangerous skills to worry about, but for Underminer, they should have enough brute force and just raw survivability, especially with this Winter Wyvern, to go for this one without being in too much trouble. They're going to play it a little bit slow, however. See the Roshan, are they going to commit? No, it seems like they want to get another kill. Plasma Field not going to connect. They have a charge that's going straight towards the backline Axe. Ralph is going to get the lift up onto Peakology, and that's not going to result into too much. It seems like they want the tower instead. This is a much safer play to go for. The benefits are slightly less, but we have boys off to the side looking for a fissure initiation. Cloud happily tanking tower shots, and JNY not needing to tank tower shots because Sniper is going to snipe. And they're going to probably take this tower down without too much of a fight. Lina at least is not going to have to use the BKB, but this tower is definitely going to be destroyed. Let's see if anyone from Zero Latitude feels like they get the deny. They don't get it. They try for it, but it's not punished by the fissure. Tower now down is going to make future Roshans a lot easier from the Underminer side. They can fly right in. It seems like they may just go ahead and do that. But now everyone in Zero Latitude is back up, so though they can't reinforce Zero Latitude, they're here in force, and they should be able to at least shove the Underminer side out. Last season they drew. It seems like this is going to be the case. It seems like these two teams are kind of evenly matched. Spiritbreaker, though, going to grab an Assault Cuirass very shortly, and that's an item that's not going to be mirrored for quite a long time on Zero Latitudes, and in fact, they don't really have many items coming up. Aghanim Scepter completed on Lina quite a while ago. Gyrocopter's still farming pretty rapidly, but it's going to be Cloud to get caught out. He has a BKB, so he's not going to get hit with any stuns. Here comes the call down. They have a charge onto NFTS right now. They're going to get right on top of the Lina. She needs to get her ultimate off right now if she's going to do anything in this fight. He's just going to drop, though, and Hiva not looking too healthy either. Pops the BKB, but racing up against Cloud and Picology. Even with the lifesteal, Gyrocopter's losing way too much damage. In fact, doing 0 damage by the end of it. Is going to disengage a little bit, but gets picked off in the end, as will Ralph, and Ben Klung hiding in the Roche Pit will TP out of there. Cloud stole 224 damage and will also have that damage, or at least for a little bit of it, to go for Roshan. Zero Latitude, their Lina just can't get anything out. You would, just try to panic throw that Laguna Blade out. Just try to do something. Maybe they get a kill off of that one, but Sniper being in the back end with Cloud and Picology taking all the hits, that is absolutely a textbook play from Underminer. It's sometimes very hard to execute that perfectly, but this time they actually managed to make it happen. Keep the Sniper perfectly alive, have Cloud and Picology take all the hits, now get the Assault Cuirass completed on the Spirit Breaker. Yes, completed on the Spirit Breaker. And you also have a Shiva's Guard, it looks like, being built up on the Razor. So much in the way of value going for the Underminer side. They have a charge to the Phoenix. He'll dive right out of there, so he shouldn't be fully charged. But this tower is in quite a lot of trouble, especially since they do have the fresh minus armor aura on Picology. And Zero Latitude still don't have their Gyrocopter. NFTS is going to arrive, draw the aggro out. Ralph actually still static link. That's a really good one to steal if you can somehow remain alive. But Phoenix is going to get dropped immediately by the Sniper. Assassinate going to put him down, forcing out the buyback from the Phoenix, and it seems like Underminer not willing to fight a full 5-on-5. Even though they do have an Echo Slam and do have an Aegis, will fall back and play it a little bit slower, a little bit safer. They have the Sniper so close to completing his Demon Edge item. Razor's also pretty close to completing his Shiva's Guard as well, assuming it is a Shiva's Guard. Assault Cuirass is pretty good on Razor, but then you're doubling it up. Probably not what they want to be doing. Blink forward, looking towards mid lane. Picology does get out of there, though. This Axe has not been getting them the initiations they've really been needing. Knowing that the Axe now is not going to be able to initiate on them, Cloud's going to go right back towards this mid lane and start poking at the range racks. I like this decision. Play it safe, play it slow, get what you can get without putting yourself at too much of a risk. 32-17, and slowly but surely this bottom lane is going to get chipped down from the Underminer side unless your Latitude pulls something big, and in that regard it's all in the hands of the Axe. Rubik can't really steal anything super useful right now because there's no one he could see to steal except for this Razor, so good luck doing anything like that. And look at this from Underminer. Like, the only person you could actually catch with the call is Cloud. Maybe you could jump right in the middle here, catch a Sniper as well, but that's so narrow of spacing that if you miss, you might actually catch 0 heroes and then you're just going to die. So the range racks drops, and Underminer, they still have the Aegis for a hell of a long time. Run from the missile. Yeah, they're going to be fine. If this game state doesn't change, Underminer win the game. Like, Zero Latitude have to do something about this eventually. They're not farming very rapidly. They already used the buyback on the Phoenix. In fact, taking a look at their buyback state, only Lina has one at this stage, and Cloud eventually is going to be able to take down this melee rack. They have a charge going towards Hiva, coming around from the left, lifts up on Picology, and Cloud is going to get stuck in the call, and pops BKB, however, and is more than happy to sit in the middle and drain damage from the Gyrocopter, force him out of the fight. They're right into Ben Klung right now. Supernova is not going to be there because she gets the lucky bash. Now they're onto Hiva with the Arctic, the curse is there, onto the Gyrocopter. He's going to get bashed down by Cloud. He may end up surviving as Picology is going to get focused down, but with the heal from FC, will save him from Lina, who's going to get dropped to the Razor's damage output. No, it's J&Y in the back end, actually, who draws the kill. 4 down, and Hiva's forced to call GG. Again, a textbook play from Underminer. This time a little bit closer, perhaps, especially for the Spirit Breaker, but he doesn't even die, and even if he did die, nobody cares, because the Sniper had 0 pressure on him the entire push. Slow and steady. May not win the game, but at least it doesn't end up splattered on the walls. Underminer are able to claim this and make it a 1-for-1 tie. Big apologies, guys, for the internet issues over the course of this game. But hey, at least you got to see it end, right? Could have been a lot worse. I'm Mikelorus, and it's going to be just about it for today. We have, yeah, it is a draw. It's always a draw. DropBear, you should know this by now. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the games despite the internet issues. If you did, be sure to hit the follow button down below. Follow us on HeflaTV on Twitter. I'm Mikelorus. You can follow myself at Mikelorus. You can follow my co-caster, I guess I could put it like that, at GrandisV. He's on Twitter as well, and at CorruptDropBear, all of which are on Twitter. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you next time for perhaps more joinDOTA League in who knows how long. See you later, guys. GG.